Hello, everyone, and welcome to our first ever class after the long summer break. How are you today? Can you see? Can you hear me well? Just type your answers in the chat. Oh, nice. Cool. Good to see you here, Lana. Hey there. Great. Okay. How's your day? How was first day at school? I'm sorry for that question, but still. Oh, and what about you? I'm great, to be honest. I missed teaching and working with teenagers so much that I'm really so happy, even in this virtual class today. So I'm really happy to be here. How was first day? Extremely difficult. Daria, I feel you. I feel you. So hard to come back. Happy, but hard to come back, right? Okay, okay. Thanks for sharing. That's great. Yeah, happy to hear that. So, yes, we are, well, it's autumn now, it's fall. We are in September. We are beginning the new academic year, the new way to achieve our goals, to have fun and entertain ourselves. So, but before we actually move on, I want you to look back at your summer and think about the best thing you did last summer. So, what's the best thing you did last summer? If you ask me, I would say that the best thing I did last summer was spending a lot of time with my friends traveling around Ukraine. That was very happy and something I probably wouldn't do if it wasn't for pandemics, for COVID-19. So traveling around Ukraine with my best friends was the best thing I did last summer. What about you? Traveling to the sea and learning English. Fantastic, Daria. How did you learn English? What did you do? Visiting camp during quarantine, during lockdown. Okay, trip to the sea or daily walks with friends. Sounds fun. Read the best book in my life. Oh my god, Larissa, what was the book? Oh, I'm so excited to hear that. Wonderful. Uh huh. Cool. Daria, good for you, really. As you will see, words are the most important thing when preparing for exam. Last summer, spending free time in the countryside. Yes! Oh my god, watching it fall in stars. Absolutely. Okay. Wow. Wow. Practicing language, learning new language, German, upgrading my English. God, did you have rest, kids? Did you relax? Okay. I see. Wow, you are a fantastic group. Phenomenal, really. Thank you for sharing that. So I feel a little bit, like embarrassed. So you guys were studying, looking at falling stars, and I was like having rest a lot. But I'm just kidding. Thanks for sharing. Thanks a lot. So I'm gonna show you a picture now. Can you find me in this picture? Because people always say I look like a teenager, although I'm almost 30. So can you find me in this photo? Okay. Okay, you found me, right? So yeah, here I go, like the girl in the red skirt. That's me. Yeah, the kids are happy, that's for sure. So, what do you think is happening in this photo? Kids are definitely happy. Why? What's going on? They have ended the 11th grade. Okay. Any other ideas? It's an English speaking camp. That's interesting. That's a great idea, though. Okay, so thanks for your ideas. The thing is that they successfully passed the exam, Uliana. Well, at this moment, we don't know if it was successful, but this photo was taken right after kids have passed the NOA exam, English the NOA exam. So you're right. So my next question is, what does this photo tell you about me? Oh, Diana, thank you. I am an English teacher, that's for sure. What else does the photo tell you? Okay, thank you. And yes, I am very happy when I am surrounded by teenagers and I work with you guys, that's for sure. What else? You can help me to do the same. Beacon, do you mean to be happy and celebrate passing the exams? That's for sure. You passed the no a lot of times. Okay, Daria, you know something about me. That's true. So this is absolutely true. All of your ideas are actually true. The thing is that I take the no together with my students every single year I teach. So I'm taking the exam just like you guys. I go to the school, I just sign in, pass the exam, do exactly the same thing you're you're doing. So I'm doing this for a number of reasons. My first reason is to support you, to show you real support and to show that I care. And when I say we are taking an exam, it's very different from when I say you guys are taking an exam. So when I say we, I mean we. And the second reason is that I always score 200 at the NOA, which means that I know the exam. I know what it's like to take it and I know what it's like to successfully pass it. And if I know that, it also means that I can teach this. So at this photo, you can see a lot of happy kids wearing t-shirts like I'm wearing today. I'm gonna tell you about that a bit later. That's another idea we create inside our classroom. And hopefully we're gonna create it together on our course with you as well. But the main reason is that kids are happy and successful and can take exam really well. So what I'm trying to say is that all that experience of taking exam have has shown me the insights of it. So I know exactly what it's going to be about, and I know exactly the secret and life hack of what is needed to pass it successfully, and I will gladly share it with you today and on our course, of course. So all the secrets gonna be shown later today. So if you have any questions, write them down on a piece of paper, and then in the end of the class you'll ask me and I'll answer all of them. So the main idea is we are in this together and you're not alone ever. That's the main idea. So I'm gonna tell you something else about myself, okay? So here are two sentences. The numbers are actually wrong, but the idea is not. So both of them are true for me. Both of them are true for me. So the first one is I worked as an interpreter for 4 years. Interpreter, right? So it's like a translator, but the person who translates speech, not written documents. And I have taken the law for actually 5 years. So all of them, both of these sentences are correct. They are. The question is, what's the difference? What's the difference between I worked as an interpreter for 4 years and I have taken the law for 5 years now? What's the difference? The lesson will take approximately an hour, maybe less, maybe more. So, the difference, what do you think? Yes, you will take the no. You still take the no. Exactly, Maxim. Thank you for that idea. I still do. I still take the no. What about working as an interpreter? Do I still work as an interpreter? Yes, thank you, Sasha. So I don't work as an interpreter anymore. I am a teacher and I'm an academic director at my school, but I am not an interpreter anymore. Correct. So you've seen it. I worked as an interpreter, the first sentence. What tense, what grammar tense is that? I'm just looking at our chat. I have it here. Past simple, exactly. And I've taken the no for 5 years. Is the second sentence is present perfect, exactly. So the difference between past simple and present perfect is something that happens on the exam every single year. So we're gonna have a look at that. So, as you probably know, present perfect is formed with the help of auxiliary verbs have or has, plus the third form of the verb or the verb with my favorite ed ending. So, past simple is either irregular verb, which means the second column, or regular verb and ed ending. So, we do not use present perfect when we talk about finished time in the past, like when we have a date. For example, yesterday in 2009 when I was a child. And we don't use present perfect when we talk about finished actions in the past, like an action that is finished in the past. Like me working as an interpreter, I worked as an interpreter. That's done, that's finished, no more. So we can't use present perfect here. So, but if we have a date, then we use past simple. It was very cold yesterday. Yesterday is a date, so we use past simple. Paul and Lucy arrived 10 minutes ago. 10 minutes ago is a date. That's why we use past simple and not present perfect. Looks like a very simple thing, but somehow they check it every single year and probably are gonna check it next year as well. So let's practice a little bit, do a couple of exercises. So don't write all the answers, number, answer, and when I say go on, you will go on. So number one, present perfect, past simple. So number, answer. Good. Absolutely. I have played hockey since I was a child. Another trick. So please remember that before since we always use present perfect, and after since we always use past simple. So another trick that gets tested every year. Number two. Yes, absolutely. Yes, great. So she played hockey at school, but she didn't like it. It's over. Just like me working as an interpreter. It's done. I'm a teacher now, and she probably plays tennis. Number three. Before since, we use present perfect. Okay, number three. I knew my great grandmother for a few years. She died when I was 8. So unfortunately, great grandmother died. So the action is finished because the grandma is dead. That's why we cannot use present perfect here. We only should use past simple. I knew my great grandmother for a few years. That's the same. It's okay. You're learning. So mistakes are learning opportunities, and I actually love mistakes. Number four. I have, and the third form, have known. Exactly. Please remember that it's either have or has, but not had. Have known, the third form, Julie for 3 years. We still meet once a month. Julie is hopefully alive, so yes. Number five. Oh, here is the trick, my babies. I've taken all of the sentences from real exam. 3 times. Is it a date? 3 times. Is it a date? Do we know when? Absolutely, we don't. We don't know when. So 3 times, once, 10 times a year is not a date, right? We don't know when. So if it's not a date, then we use present perfect. I have visited Paris 3 times. Another trick, and now you know it. Congratulations, the know 200. So number 6. Absolutely. You've got last year in your face, right? Last year I visited Paris. We know when. Number 7. Sorry, guys, for that. I'm so allergic in September. Last month I went to Scotland. Exactly. I went to Scotland. I've never been to Scotland. I'd really love to though. Number 8. Thank you. He, be careful, Ula, be careful, has, exactly. He has gone to the shops. Again, we don't know when, so he's just not there. So he has gone to the shops. Congratulations, kids! You have discovered a couple of tricks that exist inside the exam and you successfully learned them. Congrats! That's a huge step and that was easy. Good job, I'm proud of you. So, now we're gonna play a game, okay? I don't care if it's a virtual class, we still can have so much fun. So, right now, our moderator will send you a link in the chat. I'm gonna ask you to follow the link. Open the link. You will see dice. This little cube with dots and numbers is called dice. So roll the dice, look at your number, and answer the questions here on the slide. Let's play. So if you, for example, have 2, try to answer, or 3, try to answer the questions. Have you ever lied about your age? Yes, I have. I've lied about my age. Well, 5 times. Or who have you phoned today? Well, I have phoned my mom and my friend and my colleague. Or number 5, have you ever broken a window? I have never broken a window. That, yeah, good for you. I have. I have once broken a bath in bathroom. Can you imagine it? I've broken a bath. Don't ask. Okay, anybody else? Come on, don't be shy. No, I haven't ever broken a window. I lied that I'm 14 on the internet when I was 8. What for? I guess yes, for example, school uniform. Yeah, yeah. So, David, you have to wear uniform at schools, right? Hungary, Slovakia, Australia, Czech, Poland. Okay, great. What a choice. Oh, it's so good to know something about you guys. Really, I love it. I love this class. Anybody else? Don't be shy. If you have answered, roll the dice once again and try to answer. You can move on. A swimsuit yesterday. Cool. And using grammar correctly. Good job, Dasha. I've never left the shop without paying. Oh, good for you, Alina. At home. Good. I once have left. I I once have left a shop without paying. I took a chewing gum and I forgot. I just forgot. And I felt really bad, came back and paid for it. So today only my mom has called me. Okay, that's fantastic. It's actually my birthday. Dasha, happy birthday to you. Okay, countries happy visited Belarus. That's a beautiful country. Okay, cool. Thanks for sharing. So with this activity, I wanted to show you that even when we study grammar, it still can be fun and it can be practical. And even if you're doing online Zeno course where I can't see you guys, it doesn't mean that we don't get to talk, that we don't get to know each other better, and that we don't get to have fun. So this is all completely wrong, as you could see from this little short activity. On our course, we usually do it longer and even more interactive, so same as in real classroom. So thanks for that, and again, I thank you for sharing so much. So gonna switch to the exam itself. My question here is, what part of the NOM is the most difficult for you so far, for the time being? Is it listening? Is it reading? Is it use of English? Is it writing? Just write the number into the chat. Okay. Listening. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Okay. Good news. So, good news about writing. I want to calm you down. It's incredibly easy to score the maximum number of points, which is 14 for writing, at the NO exam. It's incredibly easy. Every single year, my students score, even with a very, very low level, they score no fewer than 15. No fewer than 11. Sorry, no fewer than 11. So I want you to be very relaxed about that. We will go over this, we will learn, and you will score the maximum scores easily. As for listening, well, it can be difficult if you don't have the habit of listening to lots of stuff in English, if you haven't trained your ear for that. Uh, in the end of the lesson, I will give you some links to my social media profiles. I'll write a lot about the NO and about how to prepare better. So you will read something about listening, developing your listening skills there. And as for use of English, not many of you have chosen use of English as the most difficult part of the NO. But statistics shows that every single year for the last 12 years that the NO exists, use of English has been the most difficult part at exam whatsoever. So that's interesting. But in fact, it's also not that difficult if you think about that. Today, we're going to do a use of English activity with a little strategy that I offer to make the whole work easier for you. So, on the next slide, you can see a little text, and there are like 5 questions. This has taken from Real Zeno exam a couple of years ago. Actually, I don't remember, maybe 3. So what I want you to do now, don't write anything in the chat. Just take a piece of paper and a pen, read the text, and on the piece of paper, write down what do you think is missing in each gap. If you don't know the word, think about part of speech, частина мови, think about tense, think about meaning, okay? Guess. Just make guesses. So piece of paper, pen, read the text, which word is missing in the gap. And when you're ready, just write done in the chat. Let's take 30 seconds and have a look at what you've got. No, don't write your answers so far. Yeah, okay, thank you, Dashada. That's what you have to do. Okay, let's have a look. So, according to research, the way someone, 54, any ideas? Not all the answer, just one answer at a time. Okay, so the way someone writes, okay, possibly. And the size of their handwriting can, any ideas? 55? Don't forget to write the number. Can tell. Okay, can tell you. Okay, maybe. Several things about the person. So let's go on. 56. This study, which by the National Pen Company. Okay, Anya says was made possible. Any other ideas for 56? Was organized. I'm glad that you recognized passive. Okay, by the National Pen Company, let's move on. Shows that people with small handwriting tend to be shy and hardworking. 57. But, okay, something that shows contrast. Meanwhile, okay, so you recognize that, right? You recognize contrast, okay? People who are more outgoing try to get attention with a larger handwriting. 58. Probably people, okay, could be. What else? People, maybe. Okay, well, now what I'm gonna ask you to do is to look at the full story. So I'm gonna give you a couple of minutes. Don't write your answers to the chat now. Piece of paper, pen, answers there. Then you write done to the chat and we check. Number, letter, not to the chat, on a piece of paper first. Okay, you're finishing. Good. Let's take 30 seconds. Let some people finish and we'll see. Okay, great. Let's see. So in the chat, number, it's really important. Okay, so write 54 and letter. A. Exactly. The way someone writes. You discovered that. You predicted that. We use write because someone, the third person, singular, present simple, as ending. Great. 55. Yes, 55 is C. Can tell you. Can is a modal verb. It is never followed by gerund and or to infinitive. It's only followed by bare infinitive without to. So can tell. Correct, Mundo. 56. All right. Yes. Great job. So, research that was conducted. You said was done, right? Was created, was organized. Conduct research is another very common collocation phrase. So, it's like to do research was conducted. Correct. 57. Good. 57B. While people who are more outgoing, many of you have predicted that as well. A preposition showing contrast. And the last one. Exactly. And the last one, 58, is C. Those who take things seriously, put more pressure on the pen. You've said people, you basically are right. So here we use the pronoun those to refer to people. Good job. So, in your opinion, and according to your feelings, do you think that reading the text without answers was useful for you to do this activity better? Yes, I absolutely agree with you. This way, you didn't know what to expect, right? If you looked at the answers, you would get lost probably. This happens sometimes, but you didn't see any options and you just followed your language feeling and you read the text very carefully. This is incredibly important when we're doing a use of English task, and this is my most favorite strategy ever. There are many more, but I'm giving you my best one today. Of course, we'll see more on the course. So another thing, if you think about exam, if you think about the no, listening, reading, use of English, writing a little bit, but these three first for sure. The most important thing to pass the exam successfully, in your opinion, what is it? What is the secret to passing the no successfully? What is the secret to 200? I'm looking at the chat. Prepare. Okay, Anishka, agree. Just be ready for anything. Impossible, Dash. Would love to, but impossible to be ready for anything. To believe in yourself and not worry. Sasha, yes, one of the secrets, for sure. We spend a lot of time, and I talk a lot about that, about stress and how to manage stress and how not to worry so much and how to believe in yourself, as you rightfully write here. So, yes, to practice a lot. All of your ideas are absolutely right. In my experience, there are two ingredients to 200, right? To pass an exam successfully. Ingredient number one is, yes, of course, to be calm at the exam. It's hard work and it's very, very, extremely difficult to be calm because you guys are living in so much stress when everyone is telling you how important the no is, how much you have to show at this exam, and how much people expect of you. I can't even imagine how hard it must be for you now and how scared, lost, lonely, and confused you feel now. So, being able to understand that and to manage that is, of course, one of the ingredients to great concentration, great focus, and calmness at the exam. However, the second ingredient, in my experience and in the experience of my learners, is vocabulary, is knowing words. I tell my learners that every class. I think I even am a little bit annoying because I always tell them learn the words. And not only learn the words, but learn phrases. So-called collocations. In Ukrainian, we say словосполучення. So when you see a new word, for example, in this text, what was the new word for you? A word you didn't know, just one. Okay, I can see, yeah, the word gain, right? So it's here just below question 58, right? Those who take things serious, oh no, no, above, right? After 57. People who are more outgoing try to gain attention. So to gain is a synonym to the word receive or get, right? Отримати. But don't learn the word gain only. Learn a phrase, gain attention, gain reputation. Look up in the dictionary the collocations. Gain respect, gain attention. Not reputation, but possibly as well in some cases. And learn it as a phrase. This way, when you have a task like that on use of English, and imagine that before attention you don't have anything, and one of the options in the line is gain, you know that gain attention is a fixed phrase and you will choose it. Same with conduct, right? So conduct research, like проводити. Also, the synonym is to do research or carry out research, but we can't say make research, right? So you know that. You know the word research, you think you know how to say проводити дослідження, but in fact you may not know it for sure unless you have learned a phrase. Conduct research, carry out research, or do research. This is what I mean. This is just basic step. So if you know the words, you will understand the listening. You will understand the tags that you're reading. You will understand the use of English. And of course, you'll write something, but that's another story. There are many life hacks to that part. But if you know the words, collocations better, phrases, this exam is a piece of cake for you. A piece of cake. Another phrase which means very simple, very easy. So please learn the words. This is something we are also doing in our class. And as I said, exams are important and the know is incredibly important, and we prepare, we work hard, we learn the words, we study, we put in a lot of effort. But what I want you to remember always is that you are so much more than any exam. You're a wonderful person, hardworking, talented, I'm pretty sure funny, right? Kind, absolutely unique, absolutely different from others. And you are worth more than any score, any exam can ever give you. So I want you to remember that forever, especially when you prepare for this exam. So thank you for the class so much. Here is the information for our course. I will switch into Ukrainian and I will answer all of your questions now. So, отже, ми починаємо з вами навчатися за тиждень 9 вересня о 17 годині. Розклад – це щосереди о 17 годині. Хочемо навчатися, бронюйте місце. Навчання на онлайн-курсі, ви бачите, що це. Це 8 онлайн-занять в невеликій групі, 135 хвилин з перервою на кожному занятті, записи відеоуроків, домашні завдання, презентації, контроль відвідування, чат. У нас є чат кожної групи в Телеграмі, де ми спілкуємося, де ви можете задати, поставити свої запитання. Завжди я на них відповім, якщо у мене в той час, коли не буду викладати. Вартість курсу сьогодні – це 2300 гривень, завтра вартість вже зросте до 2500 гривень. Щоб записатися на курс, на сторінці курсу просто тисніть «Оплатити навчання». А зараз я готова відповісти на будь-які ваші запитання, які у вас є. Будь ласка, пишіть їх у чаті ваші запитання, ваші коментарі, що вам сподобалось, що не сподобалось, щоб я покращила, і взагалі ваші питання про ЗНО. І ще, до речі, я вам дам посилання на свій інстаграм, я дуже багато пишу про ЗНО, різні лайфхаки, бо я цим дуже горю, як ви бачите, хвилююся. Лайфхаки, особливо, що стосується мови і що стосується, власне, психологічного аспекту, тобто спокою на іспиті, емоційного інтелекту. Тому давайте ваші запитання, ваші коментарі. Уляна, чудове запитання, дякую. Уляночка запитує, як краще вчити слова? Традиційним способом із словника чи завдяки певних додатків? Дивіться, у вивченні слів, будь ласка, не відключайтесь, важливий момент. У вивченні слів є декілька елементів. Перше. Це слово має бути контекстуалізовано. Тобто, знаєте, оці от списки слів на тему там природа, погода, 10 корисних фраз для подорожей, вони не працюють. Тому що це просто перелік слів, які просто взяті з контексту, з якогось, ми не знаємо якого, мені це слово взагалі до чого, я його, звичайно, запам'ятаю на 15 хвилин, а потім забуду, засмучу, що забуду, це вся історія, так, яка з нами траплялася. Або вивчіть 10 слів на диктант. Диктант написали, за тиждень, які там були слова, ми не знаємо. Так працює мозок людський, це не ви погані, абсолютно не в цьому справа. А лексика має бути контекстуалізовано. Як, наприклад, сьогодні ми зустріли слово conduct, проводити, так? Вам я 10 разів його сказала. Хтось із вас його сказав. Ми навели синоніми. Carry out, do, research, да? У вас це відклалося. Да, проводити дослідження, нібито така фраза, вона не дуже якась така, да? Розважальна, але у вас є загальний контекст, в якому це слово лягло. Якщо б ви просто з листочка вчили слово conduct, ви б його запам'ятали на 10 хвилин, на 2 дні. До того б не могли б правильно використати, бо контакт проводити. Що проводити? Проводити зустріч, проводити дослідження, проводити дівчинку додому, проводити гарний час. Що проводити? Через це я кажу, вчіть словосполучення. Номер 1 – контекст, номер 2 – словосполучення. Те ж саме, do research and make research, do homework and make homework. Наприклад, Другий аспект, я надаю перевагу, я вчу іспанську ще, я роблю це таким чином. У мене є зошит, я old school, старенька бабуся, записую слово, записую приклад, потім читаю, але я пенсіонерка. Ви можете це вивчати по-іншому. Я теж справді користуюся додатками і учням раджу. Є класний додаток, пишу його вам до чату зараз, він називається Quizlet. Quizlet працює, можливо, хтось чув, за аналогією таких карток, тобто, наприклад, на одній стороні ви пишете словосполучення, на інший переклад. Тільки в телефоні. Клас, мені подобається, моїм учням дуже подобається, вони граються, там можна ділитися цією колодою, ви граєтесь там в ігри навіть, якісь чемпіонати влаштовують, тобто, типу флеш-картс, Анечка. Тобто, і ще раз, підсумування вивчення слів, контекст, словосполучення, додаток, якщо вам це заходить. Класне запитання, Уля, дякую. І ще ваші запитання. Окей. Так, я бачу, що запитань поки що немає, так, ми на початку року, ще може бути мало запитань, але гаразд. Отже, я чекаю вас на курсі, дуже хочу всіх вас бачити там. Я скинула вам посилання, де ви можете почитати більше про ЗНО у мене на інстаграмі. Ви чудові, я отримала нереальне задоволення від роботи з вами. Супер цікаві, супер талановиті, супер працьовиті діти. Клас, дякую вам дуже. Your words, Mosnisko, and see you on the course. Bye.